Hello and welcome to our 8th episode of Aging Well in Wadsworth. This is your life, and we're filming right here in the Suprema Cafe, and we're glad that you're joining us today. My name's Lori Wilkinson, and I'm so excited to introduce our 8th guest, Donna Orr. So welcome.
Thank you.
So we are so glad you're here today. So let's start with the basics. Where were you born and where did you grow up?
Okay. I was born in 1963 in Warren, Ohio. And I grew up there. I did not leave until I was almost 24 years old. That's when I moved to the Cleveland area.
Okay, so then you went to Cleveland. So what came next as far as career, family?
Well, honestly, the whole time I was in high school, I never knew what I wanted to do. All I ever really wanted was to get married and have a family. That was my biggest thing. And I did go on to cosmetology school, and I'm glad I learned it, but it just wasn't for me for a career. So ended up getting into food service. I moved here and the Olive Garden was opening. They had just come to Ohio. And I went in and said, I don't have really any experience. And she's like, well, we'll start you as a server. And I ended up becoming a corporate trainer.
Wow.
So I got to travel and open up restaurants. But then I got married, so the traveling had to stop. So then they cross-trained me into cashiering and receptionist in different positions. And I was there on and off for about 10 years.
Wow.
And then my son came along after I got married in 1990. My son came along in 1992. And so that I only worked part-time because I wanted to stay home and raise him. So that's pretty much where my life went. It went the way I wanted to. I got to pretty much stay home and raise my child.
That is awesome. And that comes full circle, which will, talk about how your life intersected with Wadsworth. You had a love for food service. And I did not realize from the beginning there.
I started from the age 16. I worked at the place, anybody that's familiar with Warren, Ohio knows the hot dog shop. It's famous. And that's where I started. And I was there all the way till I finished beauty school and moved to Cleveland. So I kind of got thrown into it, and it seems like once you're in it, you get in it, you're stuck in it. There were times I was like, okay, I've had enough.
Wow.
But where we're at now is wonderful.
That's wonderful.
I couldn't be anywhere better.
So tell us, when did your life intersect with Wadsworth?
Okay, my first, I would say, experience with Wadsworth was my son was attending Medina Christian School, and they were closing down the high school. And I was like, oh my gosh, we need a school. What do we do? And I found Reimer Road Baptist was here in Wadsworth at the time, which I believe you're familiar with.
Yes, my girls attended there as well, and I worked there for 6 years.
Yes, so he went to school there. And I had to pick him up, take him and pick him up. And then I thought, I discovered stores in Wadsworth. And so I did a lot of shopping. It's just a great town. It has grown tremendously since then. This is back 2006, 2007, and what it is now is just incredible. But it's a great place to live, a great place to work. We did try to find a house here. We wanted to move here, but it just didn't work out.
But you ended up working in Wadsworth.
I did end up working.
So tell us about that.
Okay, well, I worked at Treese Road Daycare as a cook, and I absolutely loved it, but the stairs were not doing well with my one knee. And I thought, oh no, I love this job, but I'm going to have to find something else. It's just getting to the point I can't do this. And lo and behold, the way God works, a text came over my phone that night, and it was you. And you said, Donna, there's a company's going to be running out the cafe. You've been here before previously. Would you like to come back and interview? And I was like, wow, you talk about timing. So I said, absolutely. So that's how I ended up back here.
That's wonderful. So when the cafe first reopened after COVID,
yes,
and was operated with the first operator, that's how you were introduced to the senior center, right?
Yes.
And so then we were looking for a new cafe operator. It was closed for a period of time.
Yes.
And I remember the Wadsworth Older Adults Foundation really stepped in and kept things going, and we partnered with Wadsworth Meals on Wheels to keep lunch vouchers to go. And then it was so exciting. We found out that the Medina County Office for Older Adults, now Medina County Senior and Adult Services, has a January 1st.
I can still remember we changed our name.
Yes. So they were going to be our new operator. And they came to me and they said, Lori, do you know of anybody that could be looking? They were going to be, hiring a staff. And immediately thought of you because when you were here the first time, you really connected with our seniors.
The people.
They loved you.
I loved the people. That was really hard to leave. Yes, this is the most awesome group of people that you just can't ask for better.
That's wonderful. So, and you've also become a member of the Senior
Yes,
Center.
I did actually back before I even came back. I became a member.
Right.
But with working, it's hard to utilize.
Sure.
I cannot wait for retirement, which hopefully is like 3-4 years, to come in and be able to do the activities and participate more as a member than an employee. As much as I love being an employee and being here, it would just be nice to come in and be able to get to know people better. I'm stuck back in that kitchen a lot, so sometimes I don't get to talk to people as much as I want to.
Sure. What is your favorite thing about working at the cafe?
Oh, that's goodness. I have to definitely say the people. Really, our seniors here are amazing, and even people that come out from public that come in. They're patient, they're kind. We get to know so many people. I'm not good at names, but I'm very good at faces. So I know when someone's been here before. And sometimes seeing the same people almost every day coming in. That's definitely my favorite is work. I would not go work at a restaurant outside of here. I love this. It's just a totally different atmosphere. And Ruby does an amazing job with her cooking, and Jessica's a great boss. Everything just goes like clockwork. So
I have to say, the staff team that the cafe has here, which you're a part of, you are all amazing. And, the cafe is right in the heart of the Suprema Senior Center.
It is.
And a lot of people don't realize that you don't have to be a member of the Senior Center.
Right.
It's open to the public, anybody of any age.
Yes.
So we have Y moms that come through with their kids.
Quite a few.
Yes, teachers will come over from the school, SUMA,
Yes.
and the Y, their staff come, their patrons come.
Yes, we get everybody.
Yes. So the hours from for the cafe, it's Monday through Friday, 7:30 to
2 o'clock.
Right?
Yes.
Okay. And a wide variety. It's not just lunch.
It is. No, and we have breakfast has really picked up. Breakfast has become a whole different ballgame from where it was at.
Nice.
It's funny because we'll come in and we're like, are we going to have lunch ready on time? Because we're really busy. We didn't have time to get to it.
Sure.
But it always works out. We always manage it. I will say when we leave, we're tired. we're ready to go and put our feet up.
I am sure. What are some of the most popular dishes, would you say?
Well, since we've introduced wraps are huge.
Oh, sure.
They love their wraps, and I can't blame them. Croissants, chicken salad croissant, egg salad croissant, and then the daily specials. And Ruby makes amazing soup. So they love her soup.
Soup is, I have to say, my personal favorite.
Yes.
It's just wonderful comfort food.
Yes, it is.
And you could tell the soup is homemade. And one of the things I look forward to every day is, okay, what's the soup of the day?
Believe me, we get that question a lot.
Oh, I'm sure.
It could be 7:45 in the morning, and I want to know what your soup is going to be.
Yes, and what that hot meal is. I know we
Yes.
get phone calls every day.
Yeah.
And I know for those that are watching, the best way, you have a menu that's all steady all the time, and that can be
Yes.
found on our website.
Yep.
If they go to wadsworthcity.com and then under Department Suprema Senior Center,
Yes.
it will take them. There's a little link for the cafe. They can see
Yes.
the menu. And then the daily specials, I know Jessica tries to post those on Facebook.
They're on Facebook.
Yes.
Usually every morning. We try not to miss once in a while, but usually we're pretty good about it. And she does post them every morning, so anybody that's on Facebook can go on and look.
That's
I do it.
awesome.
I come in a little bit later, so I'm on there in the morning going, what are we having today?
I
What do I need to prepare for?
Yes, so if you're watching, I definitely advise you or encourage you to like and follow.
Yes.
And the Facebook page is McSAS, MCSAS for Medina County Senior and Adult Services.
Yes.
Suprema Cafe.
Right.
So that way,
Yeah.
there was an old Suprema Cafe, so now it's MCSAS Suprema Cafe.
Yes.
Follow them on Facebook, and when there's special things coming up, she'll post there.
Right.
Or if there's a closing for whatever reason or anything
Exactly,
like that
exactly.
because of weather,
Yep.
that's a great place to go and follow.
Yep.
So let's go back to kind of your life a little bit. What else are you involved with the community? Anything at all? I know you're a grandmother.
I did. Finally, I should be, at my age, a great-grandmother, but my son just gave me my first grandchild 14 months ago.
Congratulations.
A little girl, and they picked out the name Mabel.
Aww.
So I knew that for months they liked that name, and I kept sending them names every day. But I'm used to it now, and it kind of fits her a little bit. But, oh yeah, she keeps me, she's a great little girl. I haven't seen them a lot from the winter weather.
Sure.
The roads have been bad, so I'm looking forward to seeing her tomorrow. But I will be more busy with her.
Sure.
As she's getting older. Just being a wife and a mother and a grandmother and working keeps me busy.
Oh, absolutely.
It really does.
Absolutely.
Before we moved to Texas, I was real involved with food pantry with our church. We started that. And they've kept that going until the church just closed. I was real disappointed. I would love to get back to that again when I get time. I really enjoyed running a food pantry.
Sure, I can understand that because I know you have a very big heart.
I just love people, and I have such a heart I just feel for people when they hurt. And I'm one of those that wants to help everybody. My husband sometimes has to go, Donna, you can't do that. You can't help, but I want to. I want to solve everybody's problems. I can't. I just have sometimes just listen.
Sure,
just listen. And
well, I know you just mentioned living in Texas. So how long did you live out of state?
We were in Michigan for 5 years, and then we moved back to Ohio, and then Dave got promoted again. This is when he worked for Aldi, and he got promoted again, so we moved to Texas, and we were there for about 6.5 years. And then we came back. So it was, loved Texas. I mean, the people are wonderful. It was an experience, but I missed my family.
Sure.
Really missed my family. I had to leave a lot of people when we moved, and I was happy to come back to my family and friends.
That makes sense. That makes sense. And I know even people that were born and raised in Wadsworth, they tell us all the time, life took them other places, and so many of them, I know you work with them every day, they come back to Wadsworth to retire, and it is really cool. Just Ohio calls people back home.
It does. And that's so funny because my sisters moved back from Florida after 40 years. But she told me, she said she knows so many people when she was in Florida that came back. She goes, for some reason, the Midwest just calls people, it's home.
Sure,
it's home.
Sure.
And a lot of people come back to Ohio, even though we have horrible winters.
I wonder why sometimes, but it's a great place to be. What would your advice be to someone watching this? What is your advice for aging well?
I've had to learn that myself. I mean, there's a lot of things I've had to change in my life to age well. And my first one I'm going to say is stay physical. Stay moving. No matter how bad your body hurts, move. Get up and move. If you're able, get out. Join a senior center. Come here if you're in Wadsworth or Medina County. Medina has one. Make friends. Stay social. It is, as I found, not working in Texas, and I didn't have anybody, it was so easy to get used to just staying home. And you get in your little world. And then next thing you know, you don't want to socialize. You don't want to do anything. You just kind of get comfortable. And it's just healthier for your mind and your body to stay active. So definitely that's what I like about my job. It makes me move. It makes me get on my feet and, physical. I'm going to put my feet up, but when I'm here, I've been moving. But also, not only the socializing, do activities, if you can get out and do that. I realize some people can't. But if you can, get out and do activities. Definitely keep your brain sharp. Mm-hmm. Take classes. I like to go on and do classes online. Sure. And just to stay on top of things and keep your brain moving. And your attitude is huge. Have a good attitude. Wake up every morning and say, thank you, God, for getting me up. Thank you for another day. And say, be thankful.
I love that. There's a lot of wisdom into that, and I would describe you as a positive person.
And I fight that sometimes. I have my moments, but yes, I do. I really do. I don't believe in ruining someone's day. Mm-hmm. Why do I want to get up and walk into a place and be miserable and make everybody around? Because it spreads. Mm-hmm. If you walk into a place and you smile and you're happy, then everybody's contagious.
Right. Well, you really contribute to the positive vibe that we strive to have here at the Suprema Senior Center.
Yes.
Because we have new people new seniors coming in every
Oh,
single
my goodness,
day.
yes.
And we want everyone welcomed. And you never know who's coming in that's, had a hard time at home.
Absolutely.
Maybe they're all alone. Maybe
Yes.
they've had, just a hard day.
Yes.
Or having a hard time in life. And we can be that safe spot,
Right.
that positive
Yes.
place to come.
Yes.
So
Be a listener. Sometimes
Yes.
people just need to talk. Everybody has a story. Everybody. And sometimes we just need to listen to each other. And sometimes if someone comes in and they're grumpy and they're crabby, your first reaction is,
Yeah.
but then you stop and think, okay, what happened to cause this? Let's just see what we can do to lift them up and make them feel better and make their day better.
I love that. Well, has the Suprema Senior Center in any way impacted your life? at
Oh,
all?
absolutely. I think that's the positivity note you mentioned. I think that it keeps me positive. It keeps me having a better attitude about life in general, because you do hear stories. And it makes you thankful, because sometimes you hear ones you're like, wow, my life's not so bad. I thought this was bad, I thought that was bad. And you just, yes, it has definitely impacted me into a better person. It has made it made me a better person.
I love that. Well, is there anything, this is a show about you, is there anything else you would like to share or tell about your life at all? Anything else?
Not really. I had kind of a boring life. A happy life. I'll be married, let's see. It's been 35? It'll be 35 years this year.
Wow, congratulations.
So we're celebrating 35 years and a granddaughter, maybe another, they want another one.
Okay.
So I have to keep myself fit and young, so I'm able to race after these grandkids.
I understand.
You
I'm a
do
grandmother
understand.
times 4 myself. So
But I see those pictures of all of them there.
Yes, that is definitely something fun. And well, and it's so nice to have you, again, as part of the Suprema Cafe, which we're sitting in right now. And there's always something new happening. I know, just a sneak peek, that'll be in our next newsletter. I know Jessica's planning a secret book swap that's going to be coming up. So I wanted just a little teaser for our next newsletter that comes out in April, May, June. Be watching for that.
That's a great idea.
Which is really cool.
See the things I'm not told?
So I'm just learning about that myself. So we'll be adding that into our new newsletter. I know this is a place we have been doing a monthly event here.
Yes.
Regularly. We do it on a Friday.
Yep.
And started January. We had a Senior Wish program with the Hands Foundation, and everyone was treated to homemade soup that you all catered, which was just delicious. And then February, we had our not so newlywed game with 6 contestants and the pasta and meatball special that was so popular. I know now we're going into March, so we are going to be having our seniors doing stand-up show. We have some of our seniors, they've been taking a stand-up class and they're a comedy, and so they're going to be the entertainment.
Oh, that's going to be wonderful.
And that's going to be fun. And I know you all are featuring Jessica and Ruby's famous corned beef and cabbage lunch special. Yes. And then every month we have a lunch special, and we partner and work with you all so closely to have that special lunch. And pretty soon it'll be warm enough we could do some indoor-outdoor events, because right off the cafe, we have the beautiful pavilion that the Wadsworth Older Adults Foundation made, and those patio doors will be unlocked, and it's so nice to have that outdoor dining. And they constructed that back in 2021, where outdoor dining, that was now a thing from COVID.
Oh,
that
absolutely,
That was a thing, and it's continued. So it's so nice to have that expanded space so people can eat inside, outside.
And we need it.
We do.
We are getting so busy that we need it at this place. We get more and more members, and
we are.
And we need room. So I'm just glad people can go out, and I don't know if a lot of them know that it's covered.
Yes.
Anyone that hasn't been here, that just makes it so nice.
It's a beautiful pavilion. And then for the special events we were just talking about, I know everyone that we've had since like October, we have expanded. We're so full in here, we're simulcasting the entertainment and offering additional seating in our activity room. so they could take their lunches right in there, and on the TV they could watch live.
I think that's awesome.
What's going on here?
Yep.
So that's been something new that we've adapted with as we're growing, and kudos to the Suprema Cafe.
Yes.
Because your food is so wonderful. Everyone wants to be a part of that.
Yeah.
So,
I'm glad. I'm really glad. I mean, we work very hard. It's not something that we just come in here and go, okay, let's just throw this together, that together. I mean, menus are well planned. They're well thought out. Everything's from scratch. I mean, they just do it. They really do. I don't cook as much anymore since Ruby came along. I'm happy to leave it to her.
Mm-hmm. But everything's cooked. It's like home cooking. It's
it is.
Comfort food, homemade food. Yes. Everything's made to order, which is just wonderful. Mm-hmm. And I have to mention, we have the county lunch voucher program that is a benefit for Wadsworth seniors, a little bit into Sharon Township, that qualify through the Medina County Senior and Adult Services, but they get so many lunch vouchers every month, and then they can get the hot meal of the day. And then they have a choice.
They do.
Well.
If they don't like the hot meal, they can do a sandwich and soup, or they can do a salad and soup.
That is so nice.
Yes, it gives a nice variety.
Yes, because most congregate meal programs, everybody eats the same thing and at the same time.
Yes.
So if lunch starts at 11:30 and everybody has meatloaf that day, that's what everybody's doing. We're here with the lunch voucher program. It's so unique because nobody knows if they're paying with a lunch voucher or if they're just a paying customer.
Yes.
And they don't have to come at 11:30. They can come at 12:05 or 12:50 if they want, or you serve them all the way till 1:30, right?
Yeah, we start 10:30 and we go till 1:30, so anytime during that hour. Yeah.
And then to have that lunch choice.
Yes.
They don't have to have the hot meal of the day. The husband wants that. The wife can get the soup and salad or soup and sandwich.
Yes.
So it's just such a unique program.
It's a great program. Absolutely, great program.
Yeah, that's so wonderful. We're very thankful for that partnership. And again, the Suprema Cafe is operated by the Medina County Senior and Adult Services, and
good company.
Love partnering with them.
Yes,
and
absolutely.
Absolutely. Well, I just have to thank you, Donna, for joining us today.
You are welcome.
And getting to talk a little bit more about the cafe. And anybody that's watching, if you haven't come to the Suprema Cafe and met the wonderful staff like Donna, I invite you to. Again, they're open Monday through Friday, 7:30 to 2 p.m. And if you're interested in telling your story, I'd love to invite you to reach out to me, Lori Wilkinson, and be on the next episode, future episode of Aging Well in Wadsworth. This is your life. Thanks for joining us today.
You are watching WCTV, Wadsworth Community Television.